Guess what, folks? End of August, it is time to grow lettuce again. Yes, even in my Northern California Bay Area hot climate, it's starting to cool off just a little bit and time to get that first round of lettuce in. So let me share with you some of my tips about growing lettuce. I like to direct sow my lettuce seedlings. It's growing in this 4x2 galvanized raised bed, and I sow them pretty close together because I grow them in what's called cut and come again fashion, which means as soon as the plant is big enough and I can get some leaves clipped off, I will start using them. But I understand the allure of growing head lettuce, and when I first started growing lettuce, I really wanted to grow a nice big head of lettuce, and that can be a little tricky. So let me share with you my top 3 or so tips on how to get a nice head of lettuce. Tip number 1. Choose the right variety of lettuce. A dead giveaway is when the name of the lettuce itself says head, something like butterhead lettuce as an example. Iceberg, you've seen those in the grocery store. They make nice heads. Romaine lettuce, that's another variety, and there are so many different kinds of romaines. They are heat resistant as well as they make beautiful heads. Tip number 2, spacing. You see these butterhead lettuce that I have sprinkled tightly together? These are never going to form a head. They're just going to compete with each other and stay small. You want to space them a good 6 to 8 inches apart if you want them to form a good head. I will be pulling some of these out and putting them in a different place with the right spacing so that they can grow to full size. And yeah, lettuce is super easy to transplant, especially if you get them at this baby stage. The third and arguably the most important tip is to understand the life cycle of lettuce. Now, lettuce left to its normal means will grow, and eventually it'll produce a head that will give way to a flower which will bolt up and look like a little Christmas tree. Now, you want to catch it before it bolts. Once it bolts, once it starts producing flowers, it starts to get bitter. So first off, don't do the cut and come again if you're wanting to grow head lettuce, because the more you cut lettuce leaves, the more leaves it's going to produce, and the further delayed it will be as far as forming that head. And then secondly, you want to make sure that when that head is starting to form, that you catch it as soon as you feel that it's a good size. Don't wait for it to get too big, because guess what's going to happen? It's going to shoot up that flower, or it's going to bolt. In other words, the lettuce becomes bitter as heck. So err on the side of harvesting a little bit early rather than harvesting too late. Enjoy growing beautiful head lettuce.